I was tempted, said I strayed away from you.
I was born in Homewood, Illinois. It's a south suburb of Chicago. I like to say I'm from Chicago, I'm from the south suburb of Chicago. Music came to play in my life pretty much from the beginning. My mom was a choir director at church, so between going to choir rehearsals with her and listening to tapes and records of the songs that she would be teaching, or of just various artists, whether it be the Winans or BB and CC Winans or Thompson Community Singers, became a part of my life very early. Began to take piano lessons at the age of 5, and then that was something that I did not want to do because I wanted to be a drummer, which is kind of funny because I'm a piano player now and don't know anything about the drums. I started playing publicly in a church. In my church was really like the first place I played, but then my brother, who was also a choir director and a trainer, had an opportunity to teach and train a choir out in the south suburbs as well, and I would tag along with him. That's what I wanted to do. I knew when I would watch other organists or other musicians play or pianists play that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be like them. I wanted to be like the Daniel Weatherspoons or the Mike Thurstons that I would see on a weekly basis, and I wanted to be able to impact the service the way that they do. So I looked up to musicians who I knew were light years ahead of me, and I would try to emulate what they did. Anything that I could pick up that they did was what I wanted to do. Even though I wouldn't succeed in doing it right off. It took me a while to really catch on, but it just felt good that someone would trust me to play for their service and that they would allow for me to pretty much cut my teeth on them and make a whole lot of mistakes. So I'm just grateful for those opportunities that I had coming up. What motivated me to write was I just was so interested in every aspect of music, and so I just wanted to do something. I just wanted to try my hand at it to see if I could do it. I love listening to great music, and I wanted to be able to create it. So I would sit down, pen to paper, and sit down, and sometimes it'll be a hot mess and sometimes it'll work. Now what motivates me is a lot of things that I see around me, a lot of situations, whether it be global, whether it be economical, whether it be spiritual. Those are things that motivate me to write what I write about. I don't want to be pigeonholed to be as just praise and worship writer. I don't really know what that means. I'm a songwriter. I'm not a worship writer. I'm not a praise writer. I'm not a gospel writer. I'm a songwriter. And I think that's what's unique about me. I want my music to be, I don't want it to have any cloudiness to it. I'm a Bible-believing, saved person. I believe in God. I know what He can do for people. I know what He's done for me. So I can speak on what He's done for me. And I know what He's done for me, He can do it for anybody else. Any artist that I've listened to, any writer, whether it be Kurt Franklin, James Hall, whether it be the Beatles, whether it be Simon and Garfunkel, whether it be Aretha Franklin, whether it be Stevie Wonder or Beyonce, if if any of you all stop making music, it would be a detriment to the music industry. You know, so all the people who have paved the way for someone like myself to be an independent artist, to not have to depend on a record label to do something for me, but to stand up on my own 2 feet and say, I can do this. You know, I can write, I can produce, I can create a sound that's my own. I can be comfortable with who I am. In a nutshell, I want to be the thought-provoking songwriter. Daniel Weatherspoon is one of my favorite musicians ever, one of my favorite producers, music directors. I've been listening to him for years. 2 projects that I remember back in '96 and '97. '96 was with Ricky Dillard, Worked It Out, and he was blazing the organ like it was nobody's business, and he was just brought a totally different feel. It was like a it wasn't real churchy, it was just like a general vibe to the music that was like incredible. And then he played on the Karen Clark's Finally Karen album on the live part that Donna Lawrence produced, and he played that solo on Jesus Is a Love Song that is probably like the greatest music solo I've heard on any gospel record. And I was like, who is that playing? And I looked at the credits and it said Daniel Weatherspoon. One of the greatest honors that I had was when Daniel told me that he had my project and that he listens to it non-stop and how much he loved it. That was like such a big deal, that someone that I've been looking up to since I was a young kid, you know, just saying, man, I like your stuff, man, it's great, it's fantastic. So I definitely respect both the Weatherspoon brothers, Michael and Daniel Weatherspoon. PJ Morton is one of the hottest vocalists out right now, one of the hottest songwriters, producers. Won a Stellar Award for Let Go, Let God, Songwriter of the Year. He was a pleasure to work with. He was professional. He was polished. He was everything that I expected in this song. So he's definitely a great individual to work with, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing some things with him in the future. Brooke Madison Shepherd. She's unbelievable. She's so gorgeous, and she's everything that I knew that she would be. She's so intelligent to be 7 months. She's so inquisitive already. She's already trying to talk, trying to walk. She got 2 teeth. She's just lights up the whole house. But having a child has just been beautiful. You know, I don't know what I would do without her. You know, my wife. You know, when I think about my wife, man, it's unique to have a spouse that is super supportive in this industry, and she's been nothing but supportive. She's had my back. She'll ask questions every day, all day, because she wants to understand, and to the point where I'm like, stop asking me so many questions because I don't know. But it's not because she's trying to be nosy, it's because she wants to help. And she's a true definition of a help me, which is what a spouse is. My mentor, Kelvin Lennox, who is no longer here with me, because musically, he was someone who really got me going. He was like the igniter, or the lighter fluid, or the primer on a lawnmower or a snowblower. When you get primed and once you get going, he was a person that added fuel. When it seemed like people around me didn't want to pour into me. And he poured so much into me that I don't think that without that I could be where I am right now. I want to be known as a person with the voice that is going to invoke questions for people to ask themselves, and it's going to make music that's going to be timeless, that people can listen to, that families can listen to, that it's not just music for the young people, whatever that means. This is music for people. So that's all I want to be known